Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back to try and figure out how to put back together the pieces of my shattered life now that my Rio is gone in Darkest Dungeon. Don't get nervous, though. Don't get nervous. A few episodes ago, we did go into a flat spin and things got a little out of control. People died, but unlike that good-looking rebel space cowboy Maverick, is he a space cowboy? No, he was a fighter pilot. Yeah, he was fighter pilot, space cowboy, same thing. But unlike Maverick, I managed to pull myself out of my flat spin, and I didn't have to splatter Goose's brains all over the inside of the cockpit in order to achieve that objective. He did get a little shaken up, though, and absolutely refused to take to the skies with Val Kilmer ever again, because that guy was a selfish prick, and so was his Rio, Slider. Fuck you, Slider. I'm onto your game. But he does, Nick Bradshaw did need a little bit of time to sort of get himself back together. He's got the yips, so we tossed him into the cavern here to give him a chance to shake that off. A Rio who is no good to his pilot, is no good to the armed services, and not doing any good to the damn Navy. And we definitely can't win this Top Gun competition we're in without quality Rio officer Nick Bradshaw. I need my radar intercept officer. I need him. So, go sing some Great Balls of Fire. I don't know. Do whatever it is that you and Meg Ryan do off camera that leaves her smiling and happy. Even when I killed you, she was oddly okay with it. Still, you do you, Nick. We're going to have to go try and find another mission that we can do without Nick Bradshaw, which kind of sucks because I do want to get him into the rotation of what I would like to be. I'm thinking maybe our premier team. So we need to fill in. We got Jack Dawson, we got Dwayne Hicks. We do have Russell Franklin buff back up, but we want to get Franklin sort of back in the mix. Our ultimate goal is to get Wash, Vestal, Gwen Stacy working together in one party. If we can't do that, though, what are we going to fill in? Where are we going to fill in the gaps here? Let's get everybody out of the party. First off, I want to be able to truly sort things by level. And let's see what kind of missions are available. We could go take a shot at the Necromancer. Yeah, I'd really rather not do that, all things considered. We don't really have a tank. If we wanted to rock in our high-level party, we don't necessarily have the soup for that. Ooh, what are you? How come it's always antiquarian trinkets? I don't want shitty antiquarian trinkets. Stop pitching me that. We got that last time. So, veteran missions, a restraining padlock. If I'm going to kill the Necromancer, I'm definitely not going to do it for an abomination trinket, because I actively dislike abominations. The Cove can eat all of my dong, although that Worry Stone is back. I love Worry Stones. What else is there? The Gambler's Charm, which is garbage, and Witch Doctor's Vial. It's not the worst possible thing we could come across. It's not good, but it's not the worst possible thing we could come across. Worst case scenario, it's cash. Alternatively, we could go take a shot at the Swine Prince. Legendary Bracer. Do we have a team that has any kind of chance at that at all? The answer to that question is by and large, no, we sort of don't. Can we actually sort people by level here? What? Not reverse level, though. So for our level 3 team, maybe, well, they can't go do the Swine Prince. We need some level 2s. We got Lori Grimes, and that's it. She's the only game in town. So if we were going to go with Wash, Mod, and Gwen, that'd be nice, but we don't want to do that because we want to wait until our Jester is back. So we're really going to have to, like, fill in. This is going to be sort of a placeholder mission. We just got to fill in with whatever the hell we can find. We could get Rita Morgan some experience. You know what? Yeah, let's try that. Let's do a short mission just to get Rita, just to, kind of break her in a little bit. Oh, we're going to break in Rita Morgan, Pete. Don't you think Dexter and her first husband already broken? You're getting into a weird area there, hypothetical man inside my head. I'm just, get a kill under her belt. How come Dexter never did that, by the way? How come he didn't just bring Rita in on the fact that, oh, by the way, I murder, yeah. That's just it's a thing I do, I murder. Julia Stiles was okay with it. He brought her into the whole, yeah, I murder thing, and she was shockingly good at it as well, a willing accomplice. And ultimately, when he got with Yvonne Strahovski, didn't he come clean with her and was like, oh, yeah, also I murder. And she was like, hey, cool, me too. And then they bonded over it. It was a point of you brought them together. If you can't come together with your wife over a little casual murder, how are you ever going to bond? That's all I want to know. So what if we go with Primrose Everdeen, a Vestal, You know, maybe instead of a Vestal, let's just do Russell Franklin. Because we do still want to get Franklin buffed up as well. And then we can have two sort of Premier League parties. We could restore our Occultist party as well. So we grab Prim, we grab our Occultist. Then do we just rock maybe Dwayne Hicks and Jack Dawson? We could take Trinity. What abilities you got, Trinity? Got Iron Swan, got Wicked Hack, If It Bleeds, Adrenaline Rush. Those are acceptable. You know what? Let's bring you in on this, Trin. And then Dwayne Hicks or Jack Dawson? Which one would we go with? I think we got to go with Hicks just for the stress relief. So this is our team. Let's go sort out their skills because some of these guys are going to need a little upgrades. Everybody who got to rank 1 has an upgrade available. So Hicks, let's get you covered. Gives you a little bit better. Franklin, you also will need new skills. We're going to go Sacrificial Stab, Abyssal Artillery. We do want our marking ability. Weakening Curse. You know, Weakening Curse is actually also good. Specifically where Weakening Curse is really good. It's great for bosses. Vulnerability Hex, though, is kind of what we're looking for. But Weakening Curse is a really good anti-boss ability simply because it nerfs the shit out of their damage. And maybe this could be the team then that we use to go kill the Swine Prince, because if you can nerf the Swine Prince's damage, he actually becomes shockingly killable. Nothing fancy here, just your basic Trinity upgrades. And that leaves, who's left? Dawson, you? Yeah, all right. We've got a boatload of cash, too, which is why I'm willing to go a little hog wild here with the spending. Do we need to upgrade Purge? Really, all we use Purge for is clearing corpses. What does it also do? It's a 3-point knockback. Intriguing, but usually you're throwing it at a corpse. So it's of dubious usefulness to upgrade. I mean, it's 200 gold. Why the hell not? For a total of an extra 200 gold, I'll spend it on anything. I don't give a shit. Hicks, you're sorted. Franklin is sorted. What about weapons and armor? Weapons and armor upgrades, I think we do want to get some, but I think we need to focus those where we can, you know, make best available use out of them, which is on our Premier League players. So we got Padme Amidala, Caitlin Stark, and for better or worse here, Shane's going to get upgrades as well. What about Brody and the boys? Yeah, all right. We should probably do those guys too. Brody, Crawley, these guys are getting the upgrades. And Henry Blake as well. Let's toss him some. And this is going to pretty much wipe us out from a cash perspective. I think these guys also need skill training, don't you? Nah, you're good there. How about you, Crawley? Also good. Blake? Good. All right. Well, you guys are sorted in that department. I'm tempted to pick up Hound's Harry, but... So, we burned through a bunch of cash. We've got our team ready. Let's go find ourselves a mission. Down into the old dungeon. So, do I want to just do a short mission? I mean, we don't have level 0s here. Our goal was to try to get Rita and maybe Quint into the mix, but if we're going to do not level 0s, let's maybe go for something a little longer. Gather 3 grain sacks. Oh, this gives us a town event. What does bumper crop do? I think that means supplies are free. Intriguing. We could also go for a boss bash. The Wizened Hag. This is not the party to capitalize on the Wizened Hag, though. They would not be good at it. We definitely don't want to try a veteran mission. I really want this Worry Stone. It's so good, but a medium mission to explore 90% of rooms? In the Cove, that could be very, very dangerous. I would prefer to not do a short mission, though. The Cove is so dangerous. The Gambler's Charm is garbage, though. But it does have 5 deeds and a town event of a bunch. You know what? It's the 5 deeds we need more than anything else. And the Cove has 2 portraits, which we're not hugely enthusiastic about. Plus, we get a town event. So we get a shitty charm that we're not really going to use. Probably we wouldn't be using the Worry Stone that often. We would use it more than we use the Gambler's Charm, which is we're never going to use the Gambler's Charm. But we still would, I think the deeds are probably more useful. So let's go. We got a medium mission here. We can take 2 full stacks of food. Let's grab triple shovels is probably good. We got 1 holy water for free. Couple anti-venom, couple bandages. Actually, we had 1 bandage. Let's sell 1 back. 1 medicinal herb. This is a medium mission, so of course a key. And I'm going to take 2 full stacks of torches this time. I felt a little under-torched on our last run when I only brought 14. And for a total of 150 point swing in gold, I think we're probably good. Again, I can afford to waste 200 gold on a skill I don't really want. I could probably afford to waste 150 gold on 2 torches that could potentially save a life. Don't skimp when it comes to your light levels. That's the rule for Darkest Dungeon. You got to spend money to make money. Or in this case, you got to spend money to not die. It's sort of Trump's new philosophy for his revision of healthcare. You got to spend money to not die. So we're supposed to gather 3 grain sacks. These missions, if you can get scouting, can be very lucrative and very swiftly accomplished. Alternatively, if you don't get scouting, these can take a really long time and suck a whole hell of a lot. I do want to readjust my skills just very quickly because I want to make sure we can mark a target. That way if Franklin... Oh, Franklin, I just noticed your name is spelled wrong, buddy. Another L in that. I'm sorry. I will fix it. Misspelling your name. I mean, just be glad I didn't bring you into the cove, Franklin, because then you'd be getting fed to a shark. There you go. Get your double L back in there, bud. So let's try and minimize the number of rooms. If we can scout, and we scout adjacent rooms, let's try and minimize the number of rooms we actually have to traipse through. Empty crate. All right, not the greatest start to our looting, but it's a start. And we don't have wacky curves going on this. This mission is actually more back to our regular... Is this because it's an apprentice mission? Is that something they added? Do higher level missions now have not different room layouts? Because really, it's just a room connected to a room. No, wait, this is a medium mission. So that must be the... No? Never mind, I'm confused. Because the ruins last time, we had hallways that were 5 tiles long. And we had, like, bends and curves in them. I was trying to figure out what the whole overall deal with that was. And then for a second, as we started this episode, they did do some updates to Darkest Dungeon recently. I thought maybe it was because we did a medium mission and that maybe there's a potential for medium missions to be a little bit longer. But this also is a medium mission, so that doesn't make any sense. I'm back to having absolutely no idea what the shit's going on. 5 damage from Primrose Everdeen. My goal is to just kill this stress unit early and often. There we go. Trinity starting it out. Now all we got to do is worry about this pair of munching worms. And one of them is probably going to be dead if we can get a Jacques off. There we go. All right. So far, sitting pretty. We do have no stress relief with this party, which is unfortunate. We resisted it. We got some extra... We forgot to put trinkets on Trinity, too. Also, Primrose Everdeen has no trinkets. Those things are both bad. Let's mark you. Critical mark, so we got a little bit of that stress back. Our goal with this team should just be to kill everything as fast as possible, then. If we're going to have no stress relief, we can camp for a little free stress relief as well. But really what we should do is just murder as quickly and efficiently as we can. Maybe stumble across a grain sack, or possibly get a scout. Actually, there's some grain sacks right there. Prim taking a little bit of turbo puke. All right. And I think we'll go ahead and mark you. We do want to set up... We're not going to get that guy this turn, so what we're going to do is try and set it up so we can make sure and kill him next turn. We're going to whack him with an Abyssal Artillery in all likelihood. Little Jimmy the pig boy back there is getting chunks sliced off of him. Then we go for the Abyssal Artillery. And you're bleeding too? All right, you have fatal damage. So little Jimmy the pig boy is bacon. If you actually killed one of these hog men, though, would you really want to, like, take a chance on making a sandwich out of him? It just seems like a genuinely terrible idea, right? Oh, you know what? We do have stress management. We got Dwayne Hicks. I really think we should probably stick for the Jacques here because we want to try and farm some kills. Little Jimmy Bacon back there is now living up to his name. Comes a run for the old gods of Trinity with the dodge, though. Comes the Drums of Doom. Okay, couple dodges there. A little bit of stress as well. Nothing we can't handle. We should definitely get a heal off here. Big heal from Russell Franklin. I'll take the... Well, we're actually bleeding a lot now. I was going to say I'll take the bleed for that, but we actually got a 12-point bleed on us. That's quite a bit. Shot from Trinity and the bleed. We're still going to have to follow it up, though, because I don't want to take any more stress. The damage we can sort of deal with. We've got abundance of healing. Let's get some more Jacques in here. We're not going to get as much stress relief out of Hicks as we ordinarily would. Because in this case, he is a big chunk of our damage as well. Here comes the old ball and chain. Primrose Everdeen will not be tied down with your, heteronormative philosophies. Primrose Everdeen marches to her own drum. She marches to her own drum, right into the face of almost certain doom when she gets exploded because her sister's kind of an idiot. But she marches to her own drum. Dice ourselves a pig man. 1 speed roll. Anybody. Perfect. The critical is just icing on the cake, Franklin. The unquenchable fires of the stars. I don't think it was the unquenchable fires of the stars so much as it was the point of a sharp knife.
This is a slow and insidious killer.
So something here has got to go. Looks like that something's going to be a bandage because we got to pick up a grain sack. Also, what are the odds that an army of pigmen was standing in this room and didn't eat that grain? I mean, they're definitely eating that grain, right? So this is a room battle with Curio, but not a quest item. So let's head this way. I don't want to fight a trap and go do a pointless room battle. I don't see much advantage into that. Detect a sack. Pack contains loot. We've got an extra 2 food, 1,000 gold, and a journal snippet. Okay, let's close that down. Journal snippets seem far more common than they used to. We know this room is empty, so we're not going to worry about our torch. More scouting. Beautiful. Okay. Room battle with Curio. Well, we could go around. You know, we could go around it. We know there's nothing we need in this. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. We're going to go around. Let's not fight extraneous fights. We don't get extra EXP for going in more rooms. We don't get extra EXP for killing monsters. All we're here to do is find sacks of grain and get the shit out. Although we are still going to have to fight a fight because apparently our sidetracking got us hijacked into a hallway fight. 86 is our light. This will be enough. Hallway battles tend to be a little less scary and dangerous than room battles. Double little vomit there for Russell Franklin. Nothing to be worried about. We want to kill this man as quickly as possible because I don't want to get a bunch of diseases. Wow, that bleed, though. Ouch. All right. The critical bleed is going to last for a friggin' eternity. 6 damage from Prim. I was hoping we could get him down. And I did deliberately forego that heal in favor of the kill. Let's just hope this isn't also a critical. Nope, Trinity says enough of that. Dodge this, and then she did. Can we hit you? Nope. Better smack the pig man then. Somebody wake up, pigs. We're definitely going to go for the heal now, though. I'm not going to risk that back-to-back, and we do have a pretty significant bleed on us as well. Corporal Hicks taking the hook where it hurts, right in the junk. That's going to ruin Ripley's love life. Franklin smacked in the face. As long as it ain't a shark, Franklin doesn't tend to care. Pete, you know, you could cure that bleed. Yeah, I could cure that bleed. I really like the ability of Hellions to heal themselves and cure their own bleed. That is a superbly useful ability for a Hellion, but in this case, we're not really bleeding badly enough that it feels necessary. I would rather just get some kills with the decisive pummeling. 500 gold. We got some food that we can carry the food. Take it all. I was going to say, we should be able to carry all that. And on we go. So, hey, the hallway battle, you know, a little extra loot out of that. Sure, we could have gone to the room battle with the Curio and maybe gotten something there. We were trying to avoid fights and didn't really necessarily succeed. Pile of... Oh, god damn it. We've got the thing that... Alright, well, it didn't hurt us. I was going to say, we have holy water. We could cleanse that pile of bones. If you want to touch it, I'll let you touch it. But, you know, let me clean it up first. Probably the first time Primrose Everdeen has heard those words, because I got to assume that, you know, most of her paramours were, you know, they weren't courteous enough to be like, you know, my jock's a little funky today. I've been outside, been sweaty. Let me clean it up first, and then you can touch it. They were like, no, just go ahead and touch it right now. I don't care that it kind of smells like an old tamale. So there's our secret room. We got a hallway battle here. We are definitely not going that way. Curio. Quest location. Curio. Room battle with treasure. All right, well, we pretty well got this mopped up then. Feeling like we got this one on farm. Hunger prompt is no big deal for us now. We've gotten plenty of bonus food. Free torch is a free torch. Never look a free torch in the mouth. We're just going to go ahead and burn it. Also, can I have my map back? Because I'm curious, I might wander into a trap. I'd prefer to not do that. Oh, I wandered right past the secret room because I'm dumb. So let's, yeah, we're going to circle back for that. Secret room is empty, which just means, hey, free cash. But we're not going to do that. We need inventory space. Before we open this, we got to have inventory space. We'll free up one slot with the key, but there are probably 3 puzzling trapezohedrons in here. I feel like now we'll just camp then. Let's go ahead and get the feast on. That wheedles out 1 thing of food. We can do our early stress relief. Triage, we don't need. Triage is actually a really good ability. Field dressing. Again, don't really need it. Wound care. Nobody's really that hurt. What kind of buffs can we get? Sharpened spear. Hell yeah. Zealous speech, which takes 5 time, but it's minus 15 stress for all companions and stress resist. It's really good. Dark strength. We could abandon hope. We could abandon hope. Get rid of... Well, you know, you don't... I was going to say that, but you have 9 stress. We don't really need to abandon hope, do we? How much stress have you got? 9? The only person who has stress is you. So, let's stand tall. You cannot stand tall yourself. Well, that sucks. I guess we can zealous speech then. We got 4 time left. We have no stress on anyone. How can we best use this? Dark strength does what? It gives you 15 stress and gives... Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to dark strength. We're going to hit you with that, and then we're going to have you encourage to get rid of that stress. Good. You're down at 1. Got you with 26. This is feeling respectable. Let's get the rest finished. We're probably going to get ambushed because we have no ability to prevent ambushes. Oh, no, we didn't. No ambush in a secret room. Nice. All right, let's open the ancient artifact. We're going to take our sacks here. There's our 3 puzzling trapezohedrons. A fat stack of cash is what that just got us. Do we want to go check out these curios? I mean, we should because there's a, you know what? There's a quest location there. There's really no advantage, and especially with a hallway battle closing in behind us, no advantage into doing that. We're going to have to come down to this hallway. We will probably backtrack when we get there. We're picking up 2 free curios on the route, too. Crate contains some stashed heirlooms, which unfortunately we can't carry. Crests I will abandon. The weird sigils is occult scrawlings are holy water? Nope. Got debuff. Minus 20 dodge until we camp, which we can't do. But what we can do, eat some medicinal herbs. Okay, so it's not holy water on the occults. Actually, the occult scrawlings, I think, are one of the ones that you just touch. I don't think they have a positive trinket. Don't be surprised. Okay. We're actually in deep fucking shit right now. Right now, we're in deep fucking shit. Surprising spiders is the worst possible scenario. Encountering spiders. Please get to bleed. Okay, that's fatal damage on 2. And you're like, Pete, what are you talking about? You just surprised these guys and absolutely destroyed them. You're going to come out of this fight having taken 1 damage. And yes, you're not wrong, but if things go badly and you don't get the optimal outcome against these spiders, somebody gets hit 8 times in a row and just dropped flat dead, you get nothing out of it. I hate surprising spiders. Well, I hate surprising everything, really. I don't like surprising stuff. It makes me very nervous. We should not have thrown the medicinal herbs on the floor, although all we would have gotten out of that is food that we don't really want anyway. So let's grab our grain sack. Something's got to go here. I'm feeling like the anti-venom is probably that thing. Take our grain sack. There we go. And where's our final quest location? Right here. So all we really have to do is just double back. We're going to go ahead and just backtrack here. I'll come out into the hallway, take the curio that we need to complete the quest. And now we just got to march down 1 hallway. There should be no fights between us and our objective, and we are good to go. A lot of rooms in this dungeon, but the hallways are all 3 tiles. Which is, why are the hallways 3 tiles long? And this is it. This is the end of dungeon. Do we want to wander around and maybe look for some bonus curios? I think we could maybe go up and try this room battle with treasure if we're looking for funsies. Are we looking for funsies, though? I'm not entirely sure that we are looking for funsies. Let's... I don't actually want to use a torch. I just wanted to... Stop. What are you doing? Stop throwing... I just wanted to burn those torches to free up the inventory slot so I could pick up the thing, and instead it made me waste them all. Potentially a bug. Let's continue adventuring there. How's our trap? What's our trap's trap disarm look like? 70, 60, 60, 60. Well, Trinity had to take the chance. She had the best chance. And, hey, free stress relief. We'll take it. Do we want to take the stress that we're going to get, the walking around stress, to go check out 1 more room battle? We're getting a curio on the way. Potential chance for stress reduction, but we do have to go through another trap. Hunger prompt is no big deal. We have food. You know, as long as we've got torches, I don't really see any compelling reason to not look around. Sack's contents are mine. See, extra 100 gold.
Are often low on supplies.
Is that worth the stress we're going to take? Well, there is a room battle up here that, you know, it's a room battle with treasure. We already found the secret room, though. So we could go do this room battle with treasure and also potentially pick up 4 curios. You know what? Yeah, I would rather have the 4 curios. If we're going to go fight a pointless fight, there's no trap between us and this objective. No hallway battles. It's still a room battle with treasure, but we get 2 curios on the way. Oh, finally get your hands on an authentic sample. Scrawling's changed the hero forever. For the positive, she got Natural Eye, which I think is bonus critical. That's really good. Stashed heirlooms, 2 busts. We should take them. We don't need these shovels anymore. I'd rather have 2 busts than oh, we could have had both, Pete. Could have had both. You didn't need to free up inventory space there, champ. 96 light level, good enough. Let's fight this room battle. We'll swing up here, grab our last 2 curios, and then I think it's just time to go. Looks like we're gonna take a little stress for our trouble. And by a little less stress, I mean potentially quite a lot. So, we should shoot you in the eyeball.
Masterfully executed.
And that means we can Iron Swan and have you be dead if we want. I don't think we want to do that, though. Actually, what I think we want to do is whack this man, and then go for an Abyssal Artillery and see if we can't pick them both off with Russell Franklin. We'll Power Vomit. Trinity's going to take all of the stress out of this. You know, ending a dungeon with 24 is not the end of the world. 28, rather. Not the end of the world. That critical was unfortunate. Oh, we got the pig man, so we did manage to double him up. The enemy's forces have been reduced significantly. We're not that worried about the damage here. All we have to do is make sure Russell Franklin does not die. It's really our only concern. So we're going to go for single target damage here. Jimmy the pig man bleeds to death. Let's go ahead and kill you so you never get a chance to swing. Big old crit from Trinity. Ha-ha! And another butcher's cut. Not a critical this time. In fact, dodged, so we are all good. In fact, you know what? Mark this man. Let's make sure nobody misses him and we can hit him with 3 attacks in a row. One of which could have potentially been for big damage. That guy's in the wrong position. It does give Primrose a buff. Let's just single target this man. I wasn't counting on us having to go around the horn again on heals. Looks like we're going to have to go around the horn again, though. Or we could sacrificial stab our way out of it. There we go. When all else fails, stab your way to freedom. I want that emerald, though. Another journal snippet. I don't care. I want that journal. We do not need these torches any longer. This dungeon is done, so give me those emeralds. Leave that on the floor. And Primrose, you got no stress. Why don't you open this? What's in it? Portraits and deeds. Deeds we definitely want. We don't need... Well, we got no more use for food. If our choices are throw it on the floor or eat it, I'm just going to eat it. I'm not leaving it here for the hogs. What am I, slopping the pigs? I look like a farmer to you? I mean, yes, I was at one point a farmer, and I've slopped many a hog in my day. But I'm not anymore. How do I look like a farmer to you? And another windfall of gold, 20 grand. We're mopping up on the secret rooms. Holy crap, puzzling trapezohedrons are 5 grand a piece? They really upped the value on those bad boys. At 5 grand a piece, you should be taking at least 1 key into every single dungeon. So Warrior of Light, 10% damage if your torch is above 75. That's amazing. Kleptomaniac, yeah. Why are... Every single Crusader is a Klepto. Bonus damage into Cove, well, that's unlikely to ever be useful. Warren's Tactician, though, is not bad. Primrose Everdeen, little bonus down into Warren's. I'll take it. Also got some guys closer to level 2. That team seemed to gel reasonably well. Solid mission. Solid mission. Bumper crop as well. Supply costs and provision costs are free on our next mission. So we got a little bit of extra cash. In addition to the fat truckload of dank cash we just straight up hauled out of the dungeon. We're carting it out by the wagon load. Nice to see Grant Wood and his family are back. Let's check out the stagecoach. Do I want an apprentice arbalist? I think the answer to that question is no. What do we really want to fill out our roster, though? Maybe that's the more relevant question is, if we don't want an arbalist, what do we want? We have 2 bounty hunters. Got 2 Vestals. We have one Jester, 1 Grave Robber, 1 Plague Doctor, 1 Houndmaster. What would we take? I don't really like Arbalists enough to think that they're worthwhile, though. Also, well, I suppose we can take a look at your abilities. Your Demonomania, which is not terrible. Unerring is really good. We could put you in theoretically our marking team. We go Matthew Brody, Matthew Crawley, and then have Primrose Everdeen and our new occultist. You know, I kind of feel like maybe what we need is another occultist. You're a good potential trooper here, Hugonin, but you know what? I just, I don't think you necessarily mesh with our organization's overall long-term strategic goals. I can see where you would bring a lot to the team. The problem is, this is just not that team. I'm sorry. Thanks for your time. We appreciate your application. Make sure you leave a resume with the gals down in HR, and if the situation changes, we'll let you know. I'll also let you know that this episode is done. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to listen to me quietly dismiss some other potential troopers, you might consider subscribing as well, because I'm pretty select when it comes to them. We have really stringent hiring policies here around Perfidious Manor. Basically, the rule is if you are alive and have a heartbeat, you're in. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.